Kenneth G. Hasty, Raw, in 3, 2, 1.
Hi everybody, it's Kenneth G. Hasty again, here on my series of free videos to help business owners and salespeople to grow your business. I'm also the author of the popular book on selling, 77 Seconds to Sales Success. Practical, tactical, no fluff guide to excelling as a salesperson. It's doing pretty well on the charts, so, if you want to get a good book on sales, give it a shot. But that's not what I'm here for. Oops. These are raw videos, as you can tell, unscripted. I shoot it once and that's that. So bear with me, but hopefully you'll get some good information. Now, the title, also, please share the videos. If this and any other of my videos, please feel free to like, share, retweet, whichever venue you're watching it on, because that helps me build my brand, and then I can keep doing free videos for you, and it's a win-win. What's my ultimate goal from it? Well, a lot to give back. I have a lot of experience in sales and sales management and executive sales management and entrepreneurialism, etc. But also because now I'm an independent business growth consultant, and I'll probably ultimately get some clients out of these videos. So you can get a hold of me directly if you're interested in that, and that's KennethGHasty@gmail.com, or you can check out my website at KennethGHasty.com. You can check out the book at 77 Seconds to Sales Success.com. So that's enough for my commercials. Let's get into it here. This episode is called My $6,500 Tooth. They say that if you're going to give a speech or, do something impromptu or make a video, I guess, tell a story that you're passionate about. And so I'm passionate about this. And I'll tell you the backstory. Turns out, well, first off, the farther backstory is I've been in sales for a long time, and for a long time I was sold dental implants. Dental implants to dentists. So I know what they cost. I know what they pay for them. And anyway, I go to a pretty good dentist, and used to be a former customer of mine and such. Well, it turns out, I guess, that I've got an abscess over my molar up on this side, and it looks like that molar is going to have to come out, not so much because the molar is in bad shape, but above it is in bad shape. There's some kind of infection or something. They want to take it out. So I'm like, okay, I can deal with that, and they can take my molar out and clean it out. I'd rather be safe and have that infection out of my body. And then, of course, they were recommending putting a dental implant in. So, they put a little graft material in there, some bone stuff, and then they let that heal, and then they go back in and they screw in the dental implant screw, and then let it heal, and then they put a temporary crown and then a crown. So I get it, I understand it. It's normal stuff. Well, so anyway, I have to tell you why I'm making the video about it. So I go in, and the doctor sits down with me and he shows me all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, I get it. So I said, we're doing this today? He goes, no, I need you to wait here for a little while. So, okay, so I'm waiting. I'm not quite sure for what. And they go, okay, I won't mention any names, but let's just say our business person or business salesperson or whatever would like to meet with you in our consultation room. I'm like, oh, okay. So she comes in, little clipboard, like, hi, Mr. Hasty? Yes. Oh, hi, welcome, please sit down. I'm like, okay, so I sit down, and okay, I won't do the accent too much. But so she proceeds to lay this sheet of paper in front of me, and I don't really quite wait for her to explain things. I think human nature, when you're wondering about paying for something, what's it going to cost? And I quickly glanced to the bottom. It's a little over $6,500. We're talking one tooth, right? And I was like, I thought, well, it's 32 adult teeth, so that means that my smile must be worth over $220,000 if you take that much per tooth. So I may not have $1 million smile, but apparently I have a $220,000 smile. So anyway, long story short is, they could have presented it a lot better. I mean, she was by no means a salesperson. And so she sits down, she basically lays it down there. She's taking I guess somewhat of a salesperson. She's taking what they call an assumptive close. And so she wants to make an appointment to get it started and all that. And I said, well, don't you think $6,500 for a tooth, And I got to think about that, And she says, well, you don't pay for it all at once. It's in phases. So the first phase would be you go in and they pull the tooth and they clean out the gunk and they put some graft material in, and that's like $1,200. And then the next phase is they screw the screw in and then they wait for that to heal, and that's another gazillion dollars. Then the next phase is they put a temporary crown on there. Not quite sure why. They could just wait and go to the final crown pretty soon. But anyway, I guess make more money. So then they do the final crown. And by the time it's all said and done, it's $6,500, probably take about 6 months. That's like $1,000 a month. And I'm like, it's not that I'm a tightwad per se, but it's one tooth, So that's the feeling I walked out of there with. I kind of limped out of the office. I'm like, well, I got to think, I'm not quite sure. I got to think about this for a while. And then I got to thinking, how would I present it? What if I was the salesperson in the office, And I would have a lot different approach. I'd say, well, clearly you understand how important your teeth are for chewing and, your digestion and stuff. If you don't have teeth like your molars in there, if you're missing an important molar, then you don't chew your food up as finely, and your body tends to store that, food as fat, and, it actually, could cause you to get a little more weight gain because you're not properly chewing up the teeth. Or you got to chew longer, you got to sit there and chew on the other side for quite a while till you're sure it's all done. But, most people kind of eat and run, right? So, I'd want to get kind of the concept across that it's important to have that tooth there, whatever it is. Aesthetically, maybe you have a big smile, or you're doing public speaking and you look up and smile, somebody sees a big gap there, it is not the best image, right? So I'd work on their emotions a little bit. And then when it got to talk about the money, I'd say something like this. Well, the life expectancy of this restoration is probably about 20 years. So you can figure, do the math. What's 6,500 divided by 20? It's 300 and something a year, right? Okay. So it's like, a little over $300 a year for this tooth to be in there. So it's a little less than $1 a day. And so the question, I have for you is, do you think it's worth $1 a day to be able to have that tooth for all the benefits that we've already discussed? And then I'd have to say, absolutely. So now I'm not looking at $6,500 per se, even though I still have to come up with that chunk. I'm looking at what's the long-term benefit and what's the cost per day to do it. Because I think most of us could come up with $1 a day, and your smile. Apparently, I have a $220,000 smile. So, I think that would be a more reasonable approach. So I guess my point is, it's not the cost of something, but a lot of it's how you present it. And so, I walk in and I'm presented with a $6,500 tooth, and if they were smart, they could have kind of talked me off the ledge a little bit and pointed out some details, but they weren't, man. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you informed. Meanwhile, thank you, and if you like these videos, like I say, they're totally impromptu, and but it helps me help you if you continue to share, forward, like, etc. Then feel free to make a comment below. So thank you very much, and happy selling. Talk to you next time. Bye.